Nehemiah chapter 7. After the wall had been rebuilt and I had set the doors in place, the gatekeepers and the singers and the Levites were appointed. I put in charge of Jerusalem my brother Hanani, along with Hananiah, the commander of the citadel, because he was a man of integrity and feared God more than most men do. I said to them, the gates of Jerusalem are not to be opened until the sun is hot. While the gatekeepers are still on duty, have them shut the doors and bar them. Also, appoint residents of Jerusalem as guards, some at their posts and some near their own houses. Now the city was large and spacious, but there were few people in it, and the houses had not yet been rebuilt. So my God put into my heart to assemble the nobles, the officials, and the common people for registration by families. I found the genealogical record of those who had been the first to return. This was what I found written there. These are the people of the province who came up from the captivity of the exiles, whom Nebuchadnezzar, king of Babylon, had taken captive. They returned to Jerusalem and Judah, each to his own town, in company with Zerubbabel, Jeshua, Nehemiah, Azariah, Ramah, Nemani, Mordecai, Belshani, Mishpereth, Bigvah, Nehum, and Nehau. Excuse me for pronunciation. The list of the men of Israel, the descendants of Parosh, 2,172, of Meshphatiah, 372, of Arah, 652, of Pahath-Moab, through the line of Jeshua and Joab, 2,818, of Elam, 1,254, of Zatu, 845, of Zakkai, 760, of Binui, 648, of Bebai, 628, of Asgad, 2,322, of Adonikam, 667, of Bigvah, 2,067, of Addin, 655, of Ater, through Hezekiah, 98, of Hashum, 328, of Bezai, 324, of Harith, 112, of Gibeon, 95, the men of Bethlehem and Netophah, 188, of Anathoth, 128, of Beth Azmaveth, 42, of Kiriath Jearim, Kephirah and Beeroth, 743, of Ramah and Geba, 621, of Michmash, 122, of Beth and Ai, 123, of the other Nebo, 52, of the other Elam, 1,254, of Harim, 320, of Jericho, 345, of Lod, Hadid and Ono, 721, of Sennar, 3,930, the priests, the descendants of Jediah, through the family of Jeshua, 973, of Immer, 1,052, of Pashur, 1,247, of Harim, 1,017, the Levites, the descendants of Jeshua, through Kadmiel, through the line of Hodavar, 74, the singers, the descendants of Asaph, 148, the gatekeepers, the descendants of Shalom, Ater, Talmon, Akub, Hatita and Shobai, 138, the temple servants, the descendants of Ziha, Hasufa, Taboath, Keros, Sia, Padon, Lebanah, Hagaba, Shalameh, Hanan, Gidel, Gehar, Reher, Rezin, Nekoda, Gazam, Uzzah, Pasua, Beser, Meunim, Nefusimim, Bakbuk, Hak-Uphah, Hahu, Bazluth, Mehid, Harsha, Barkos, Sisera, Tamar, Neziah and Hatipha, the descendants of the servants of Solomon, the descendants of Sotai, Sophereth, Perida, Jela, Dakon, Gidel, Shephatiah, Hatil, Pokereth-Hazzebaim and Amon, the temple servants and the descendants of the servants of Solomon, 392. The following came up from the towns of Tel Melah, Tel Harsha, Kebu, Addon and Immer, but they could not show that their families were descendants of Israel. The descendants of Delaiah, Tobiah and Nekoda, 642. And from among the priests, excuse me, the descendants of Habiah, Hakkoz and Barzillai, a man who had married a daughter of Barzillai the Gileadite and was called by that name. These searched for their family records, but they could not find them, and so were excluded from the priesthood as unclean. The governor, therefore, ordered them not to eat any of the most sacred food until there should be a priest ministering with the Urim and Thummim. A whole company numbered 42,360. Besides their 7,337 men servants and maidservants, and they also had 245 men and women singers. There were 736 horses, 245 mules, 435 camels, and 6,720 donkeys. Some of the heads of the families contributed to the work. The governor gave to the treasury 1,000 drachmas of gold, 50 bulls, and 530 garments for priests. Some of the heads of the families gave to the treasury for the work 20,000 drachmas of gold and 2,200 minas of silver. The total given by the rest of the people was 20,000 drachmas of gold, 2,000 minas of silver, and 67 garments for priests. The priests, the Levites, the gatekeepers, the singers, and the temple servants, along with certain of the people and the rest of the Israelites, settled in their own towns. When the 7th month came, and the Israelites had settled in their towns,